Guests, they are one of Ireland's most successful bands, but 5 months ago, almost to the day, their world changed forever when they heard the tragic news that their friend and bandmate Stephen Gately had passed away in Mallorca. At the time, the band was busy making a new record, and following his death, they took the very difficult decision to finish the album, which includes Stephen's last recorded work. So would you please welcome Michael Graham, Keith Duffy, Shane Lynch and Ronan Keating, or, as we like to call them, Boyzone. It's fun, and we have lots of fun things to talk about and great success to talk about, but it would be inappropriate not to begin by mentioning Stephen, if you don't mind, because there's an empty chair here, metaphorically speaking, but it has to be quite difficult, is it, for you to be back together in the way you are with that missing gem?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a huge hole in our lives since Stephen passed away.
Yeah.
We'll never get used to that. We'll never get over that. And maybe as time passes by, we may be able to, you know, just kind of move on with some sense of comfort or peace again, you know.
He'll always be there, won't he? I mean, in the back of your minds when you're performing, Shane, recording, do you think there'll always be the presence, do you?
I think the main thing for us boys is, which we clearly found, is over the last few months when we're together, we're very much at our best. And Stephen's very much alive in that respect because a lot of his humour is still inbred in us, let's call it. 1993, we had a lot to take on board. We lived that life for many, many years. And we all got the old sayings, we all got the old jokes that he used to come up with, and that's what keeps us alive. So it's, you know, we're definitely on a positive. Yeah,
you seem to be. You seem in great form under the circumstances, and of course, you know, you're recording the song that we've been playing quite a bit on the radio, and it's a gorgeous number. Was it hard to record that, Ronan? Was it difficult to?
Well, we actually recorded the song about 2 years ago. Gave it all away. And it's one of Steele's favourite songs.
Was it?
Yeah, and we didn't get our hands on the song because of publishing issues. And you know, he was working hard upstairs to make sure we got the song afterwards. Mika wrote the track, and Keith and I went to Los Angeles and we bumped into Mika by chance, and you know, just things happen so simple then, so simply.
But I presume you'd be sitting in the production and you'd be listening to his voice on its own. That must be quite eerie.
It was haunting.
Was it?
Incredible.
Yeah, well, obviously the opening lines of the song is I learned to live before I die, you know, and to hear Stephen's voice singing that song. I mean, everything that we've had to do as a band since the passing of Stephen, whether it be the first photo shoot without him, or the first television performance without him, or the first made the video, obviously, and that was the first day we actually heard Stephen's vocal on that song, because Ronan had initially sang the first verse and Stephen sang the second verse. But luckily enough, we had the files of when we were in the studio, and we just thought it would suit the song better to change it around in Stephen's memory, obviously, because it was a tribute to Stephen. So everything that we've had to do for the first time without him has been difficult. The video probably was the worst.
The video looks extremely emotional. Is that fair to say? Like, were you all going through the not the emotion, but
that was
the
a journey. That was a journey we had to go through. And
why do you say that?
Because, you know, everywhere you look to try and find some sort of sense of all of this, you don't come up with any answers. You try to find a way to deal with it, and you just end up back where you started. And I think now, especially last night and tonight, you know, we're making a conscious effort now to stop mourning Stephen and actually now start celebrating Stephen. And that's the way we have to. We can't change what happened. We can't get over it. So we have to change the way we're dealing with it. So instead of like mourning, like I said, we're going to try and celebrate Stephen. He was a happy guy, so we're trying to get that back into us.
And keep it alive with the music and all the rest of it. I mean, I want to talk to. We'll move on to talk about other things, because you're all extremely busy doing bits and pieces. Not to belittle. I mean, we spoke last week on the show. Did you see Michael singing for the Euro song? It was a great song.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed that song. It's lovely. I said that to you.
Thank you.
So, how was the experience for you, John?
It was fantastic, it really was. It was very unusual to be performing away from the lads, you know, because that's not something that I've done much of in the past. But it was great just to, you know, first of all, to be in the last 5 songs for the contest. And I think, you know, we couldn't have a better or more worthy winner than Niamh to represent Ireland out there in the Eurovision. I think she stands a great chance.
So you enjoyed the experience broadly?
It was great. It was great.
You were happy enough with it. What did you lads think of Michael's efforts?
It was brilliant. It was great.
Tune, wasn't it?
Loved it. It was great seeing him up there doing it. Great tune.
I didn't personally get to see him, so I can't comment. But yeah.
He's a rock star. He was always a rock star.
I love Johnny Logan. Johnny was great on the show. His high note at the end of the song killed me. That was brilliant. I love that.
We had to replace 6 glasses.
I heard about it. Yeah.
Because it was really
Genius.
quite a high. Because you had your song with Justin Lee Collins, which was a great. He sang that on the radio with us.
That's what I heard that.
Great little tune. I like that.
It's a good song. He's going for Belarus now, I hear.
With your song?
Yeah, with my song. He's
is he
going
taking
everywhere.
it all the way?
Yeah. I think he's got it for Belarus.
Okay.
Allegedly.
What about you?
Brilliant.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm happy.
Nothing with that. Would either of you lads be Eurovision material? Would you like to have a go at it?
No.
I'm busy on them days.
That's good. Yeah, the UN just called. They'd like you to work with them. Of course, I don't mean to labour the weekend you had, but then you went on to the ice rink.
Don't.
What are you pointing at him for?
This song,
It jinxed me.
Were you in the audience then?
I was, yeah. I was at home. I was voting for him, making sure he wasn't going to get booted off on my
didn't
song.
vote enough.
Yeah, obviously not.
You say it best and you say nothing at all.
Thanks, man.
As a matter of interest, is that the first time you've ever heard that joke?
I think you heard it last time.
Every day, forever. Yeah. All Ireland talent show, Shane. Unfortunately, the number of acts you have remaining are.
Well, actually...
Here we go.
Hold on a minute. No, actually, Dublin have no acts, so I would love to say the number of acts I have remaining would be lovely to say, but I can't.
Okay.
But in the last kind of few run-ups to the kind of semi-finals
I'm looking forward to this defence. Go on.
No. You know, I have to say thank you to Dublin for those who did support. I must actually add that.
Okay.
But nonetheless, I have no acts. I'm the only impartial judge sitting on the panel. I certainly have nobody to champion. It is a great show. It has come down to it being blatantly Irish, no matter what kind of urban I might put forward that I think represents Dublin or what I like.
People want the Irish thing.
People still pull it back to being Irish traditional stuff. And actually, I'm quite honoured to be Irish for that given fact.
Okay, what about the poker? Have you taken up poker in a more serious way?
Yeah, I had my first tournament there, a Ladbrokes VIP tournament back in Manchester.
Yeah.
Didn't do very well. But nonetheless,
you're not having a great run, are you?
Are you sure you're not interested in the Eurovision? Are you sure you're not free?
You might find your diary a little freer than you expected there. But are you going to go for it? Because it's Vegas where it's all the real heavy hitters are.
Vegas is what I'm aiming for.
You going to go for it?
I'm going to go for it. It's a good, you know what, it's an online kind of documentary I'm doing more to the point.
Okay.
And I know nothing about poker. I'm a pure beginner. I'm not getting any great lessons from any great people. It's just my run and how I get on and see what happens. That's plain and simple.